Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Fabrizio Romano. Update on Isac amid reports Newcastle won't sell to Liverpool. Newcastle United fans were met with the news that their club won't be selling Alexander Isak to Liverpool earlier in the week, in a small glimmer of hope for the new campaign, but Fabrizio Romano has poured cold water on that notion, with the Italian journalist stating that he is not aware of such a situation. Telegraph journalist Luke Edwards claimed earlier on Saturday with his report that Isac has been told that he will be going nowhere this summer, amid Liverpool's interest in their first official bid earlier in the month, which totaled £110 million, falling short of Newcastle's valuation. The Magpies' stance is thought to have sparked fury with the Swedish star, who is pushing hard for a move to Merseyside after their sustained period of success in terms of winning domestic trophies and the Champions League over the past decade, but Newcastle are so far playing hardball in terms of their star leaving. And, amid previous reports claiming that Isac had turned down any thoughts of a new contract at St. James Park, Romano believed that Eddie Howe could still lose his star man in the coming weeks, stating on his YouTube channel that a deal is absolutely likely. The reporter said, "We had some news saying that Newcastle communicated to Alexander Isak that he is not going to be sold this summer. I'm not aware of that," and also Eddie Howe, over the evening, said, "I'm not aware of that. The manager of Newcastle has been told, why don't you give Isac the chance to return, and why don't you try to change his mind?" And he said, "If it was that easy, obviously I wanted to do that. But it's not easy at all because Alexander Isak wants to go to Liverpool. He maintains his position, he doesn't want to extend the contract, he wants the Liverpool move and Liverpool want Alexander Isak. So that deal remains absolutely on, absolutely concrete and absolutely likely." Isak's 23 Premier League goals last season have made him one of the world's best attackers, only scoring less than Red Star Mohamed Salah in the Premier League last season as he dragged Newcastle to a fifth-placed finish, and, with Darwin Núñez's move to the Saudi Pro League being confirmed on Saturday evening, there is now money to bring in a new target, especially after Luis Diaz's move to Bayern Munich earlier in the transfer window. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is, unbelievable, striker has decided he will not join Liverpool. Liverpool have shown a late interest in an international striker, but he has decided to join Newcastle United, according to a reliable source, as Eddie Howe's latest comments suggest that Alexander Isak could still leave for Anfield before the summer transfer window closes. After initially getting rebuffed by Newcastle for Isak, Liverpool swiftly completed a deal for Hugo Ekitike, but the Premier League champions are back in for the Sweden international striker. After learning that Isac has told Newcastle that he wants to leave, as exclusively first reported by Team Talk's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher on July 24, Liverpool made an offer worth £120 million, €138.4 million, $161.4 million, including add-ons. Newcastle rejected that bid, but sources have told Team Talk that Liverpool plan to make a new and improved bid for Isac once the Magpies have a replacement lined up. However, Liverpool are looking for alternatives in case Newcastle decide not to sell Isac, with Yoane Wissa now being linked with the Premier League champions. A report emerged on Sunday morning that Liverpool are monitoring the situation of Wissa, who is in talks over a move to Newcastle from Brentford. Newcastle have had an offer of £25 million, €28.8 million, $33.6 million, for Wissa already rejected and are planning to make a new bid of £30 million, €34.6 million, $40.3 million, according to The Times. Multiple sources have reported that Wissa is keen on a move to Newcastle, a stance which has now been reiterated by Sky Sports reporter Keith Downey. The journalist has revealed that a source has intimated to him about Liverpool's interest in the 28-year-old DR Congo international striker, who was described as unbelievable and fantastic by former Brentford manager Thomas Frank in November 2024. Downey said on his YouTube channel, "Wissa had verbally agreed personal terms, they're not gonna be an issue. He's desperate to come here. I was actually told by one source today that Liverpool have shown a little bit of late interest. Imagine Wissa going to Liverpool after all this. That is not the case, he is not going to go there, I am told only Newcastle for Yoan Wissa. Newcastle, he's decided that is his destination, he's desperate to come here, play at St James Park and play Champions League football next season." As Newcastle finalize a deal for Wissa, who scored 19 goals in the Premier League last season, the Magpies remain apprehensive of losing Isac to Liverpool. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has publicly admitted that it may not be possible for last season's Carabao Cup winners to keep hold of Isac. The Shields Gazette quotes Howe as saying, "I think everything's at play, because I think I've said many times, he is contracted to us, he's our player. The club basically made the decision on his future. I don't know what that will be. Of course, I have a preferred outcome." Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ. On Liverpool signing PSG's Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola is thought to be Liverpool's Plan B if they fail to sign Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak before the summer transfer window closes on September 1. Florian Plettenberg of Sky Sport Germany reports that the Reds are closely monitoring Barcola, whose future isn't certain at the Parc des Princes. The French winger faces heavy competition from Ousmane Dembele, Kvichuk Kvaratskhelia and Desire Doué for an assured starting role in Luis Enrique's team. The 22-year-old joined PSG from Lyon in the summer of 2023 and has caught the eye with slick performances but came in and out of Enrique's starting lineup last season. He started 14 of 34 League One games last term, managing an impressive tally of 14 goals and 11 assists. Isak is Liverpool's top target heading into the latter stages of the window, and the Swedish forward wants to join Arne Slot's Premier League champions. But Newcastle aren't prepared to let the 25-year-old leave after missing out on several top targets, including Benjamin Sesko, who joined Manchester United in a £74 million deal. Plettenberg has suggested that the Reds could swoop for Barcola should the Magpies refuse to sell the want-away Isak, although PSG are calm about the situation. He wrote on X, "Liverpool are closely monitoring the situation of Bradley Barcola. However, there have been no offers or advanced talks with the players' camp at this stage. Alexander Isak remains the priority target for Liverpool. Barcola cost PSG a fee in the region of £40 million 2 summers ago, and the Parisians are likely to demand double that amount to entertain a potential sale. He seems to be Slot's backup plan if Isak doesn't join, although the French giants think it's a ploy. Should that move fall through, the club would have the budget available for a high-profile winger like Barcola." PSG remain relaxed, maintaining their stance that Barcola is not for sale. Internally, they view the rumors as a possible smokescreen linked to Liverpool's pursuit of Isak. While Barcola doesn't have the same profile as Isak, he's a signing that would allow Hugo Ekitike to move into his preferred centre-forward role. He'd also be able to rotate with Cody Gakpo on the left wing following Luis Diaz's £65.5 million move to Bayern Munich. Liverpool may need a new number 9, though, following Darwin Núñez's £46.3 million switch to Saudi Pro League giants Al Hilal. The Merseyside Giants have spent big this summer, bringing Florian Wirtz, £116 million, Jeremy Frimpong, £30 million, Milos Kerkez, £40 million, and Ekitike, £79 million, to Anfield. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news is Liverpool favourites to sign Crystal Palace star Marc Guehi. According to The Telegraph, Liverpool are frontrunners to sign Crystal Palace defender Marc Guehi, with Chelsea and Newcastle United out of contention for his services. The Merseyside heavyweights have had a fabulous transfer window, and they have already made 4 marquee signings in the form of Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike and Milos Kerkez. The Reds are actively in the pursuit of Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, but the Magpies are likely to secure a replacement first before contemplating a club record sale of the Sweden international. A new centre-back is another big priority for the Premier League champions, and the Telegraph report that the Reds are favourites to land the signature of Guehi, with Chelsea and Newcastle no longer in the running. The Blues recently suffered a huge setback with Levi Colwill's serious knee injury, but a reunion with Guehi is not on the agenda. The West London Giants are looking at alternative options to bolster their central defence. Newcastle valued Guehi at £65 million last summer, but it was not sufficient to prize him away. His valuation will have gone down with a year left on his deal, but the Magpies have turned their attention elsewhere. The Tyneside outfit are on the cusp of signing AC Milan centre-back Malik Thiaw. Arne Slot's side now have a free run at signing Guehi. Top class. Guehi has evolved into one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. He has gained valuable experience with the Eagles over the years, and has emerged as their captain due to his consistent displays in the heart of the defence. It is unsurprising that the Reds are weighing up a late approach for him. They presently have Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate as the first-choice centre-backs. There is just one senior backup in Joe Gomez in the first-team squad. Gomez has had a long list of injuries during his long Liverpool career, and he is on the sidelines with another minor concern. Hence, Liverpool can't go into their title defence with just two fit centre-backs. One of them is considering his future. Konate has entered the last year of his deal and has refused to extend terms as things stand. If Guehi were to join the Reds, he could push for a starting role ahead of the Frenchman, who also has the tendency to pick up injuries. The Telegraph don't mention Palace's price tag for Guehi, but the Sun recently claimed that he is valued at £50 million. Liverpool rate him at around £40 million, but a middle ground could be reached for his summer transfer. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fifth news is Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones claim Liverpool sold important player vital to title-winning side. Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones have revealed that Liverpool recently sold an important player who played a crucial role in the club's Premier League title-winning campaign last season. Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Hugo Ekitike are just a few of the big names to have made Anfield their new home. And there could be more to come, with Alexander Isak reportedly pushing for a move to Liverpool. Of course, with arrivals come departures. Darwin Núñez has left, heading to Saudi Arabia. The Uruguayan has joined Al Hilal. Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones on Darwin Núñez. Liverpool players are gutted that Núñez is leaving, and Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones are two of them. They took to Instagram to express the fact that the 26-year-old was vital to Liverpool's successes last season, stating that he was important to the Reds claiming the Premier League crown. Jones wrote, "Good luck, my brother. Such a big part of the success we've achieved as a team. You will be missed, all the best at your new club." Konate said, "All the best, my brother, I'm going to miss you so much, you know how much I love you. No one will forget how important you were in the Premier League that we won last season." Núñez won't just be a loss on the pitch, but off it. The striker was a popular figure around Anfield. Núñez will be a loss, but it's no surprise he's moved on. It just didn't work out for the forward, especially given the monumental fee Liverpool spent on him. He'll smash it in Saudi Arabia, with his boisterous playing style sure to cause plenty of problems for defenders there. No more Núñez in the Premier League, but Liverpool certainly aren't short of firepower in his absence. Ryan Gravenberch is missing from Liverpool's squad as they take on Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, and Arne Slot has revealed the reason why. Football is back, and the Community Shield kicks off the calendar. Last year's title winners in Liverpool take on FA Cup champions Crystal Palace in what will be a blockbuster fixture. The Community Shield always produces great games, so fans will be hoping for another corker between the Reds and the Eagles. The two sides are out, but there's one notable omission, and that's Ryan Gravenberch. Here's why: Gravenberch isn't available for the Community Shield 2025 fixture against Crystal Palace because he became a father last night, confirmed Slot. Ryan became a dad last night, he said. The Dutchman will be a big miss for the Reds and was a pivotal reason for their successes last season. He won't be there to potentially see Liverpool make history in the Community Shield. Instead, Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai are in the pivot, with new signing Florian Wirtz just ahead of them. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for. Our last news is Liverpool receive unlikely Alexander Isak boost as manager makes telling transfer decision. Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak may be aided by Enzo Maresca's decision to axe Nicholas Jackson in pre-season, with both strikers wanting summer moves away from their respective clubs. Liverpool have received an unlikely boost in their pursuit of Alexander Isak, with Newcastle given hope of signing a replacement striker before the end of the transfer window. Isak's future at Newcastle remains unclear despite the start of the Premier League fast approaching. The Swede, 25, wants to leave the Magpies after enjoying 3 stellar seasons in the Northeast. Liverpool, despite signing a striker in Hugo Ekitike this summer, have already submitted an opening offer of £120 million, which Newcastle rejected. Newcastle have informed Isak that they will not allow him to leave under any circumstances, as they want to ensure they have an adequate replacement up top. It is claimed Isac has been told he will not play for the club again until he accepts this fact, something the striker is understood not to have taken well. But while the former Real Sociedad hitman is forced to train away from his teammates and miss pre-season friendlies, Newcastle target Nicholas Jackson is enduring the same treatment in West London. The Chelsea forward, 24, told the club he wants to leave Stamford Bridge earlier this week. Jackson was then left out of Enzo Maresca's squad against Bayer Leverkusen on Friday and trained alone at Cobham during the day. He was also left out of Sunday's game against AC Milan, having been the Blues' first-choice striker last season. The forward is expected to leave before the end of the summer transfer window amid interest from Newcastle and Tottenham, with Chelsea open to a sale despite him signing a contract extension until 2033 last season. Jackson's arrival at Newcastle would be a hugely welcome addition given Eddie Howe's desperation for a forward. The Toon have already missed out on a number of key targets this summer, including Chelsea signing João Pedro, Benjamin Sesko and Ekitike, and could pave the way for Isak to leave for Liverpool. Isak's potential move to Liverpool has only exacerbated the situation, given that he scored a crucial 27 goals last season across all competitions. Despite Newcastle's aforementioned stance on not letting Isak leave, it remains to be seen whether Liverpool will return with an improved second offer. Jackson, who arrived at Chelsea for £32 million in 2023, would provide versatility up front off the back of a season where he notched 13 goals and 6 assists, and 30 in total since his move from Villarreal. Blues boss Maresca said regarding his recent omission from the squad, "He's okay. When the transfer window is open, unfortunately or fortunately, anything can happen." This also involves Nico's situation. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.